Booyah! This is Robin from the Back Pain Secret podcast, and today we're going to talk about how to deal with negative sciatica sufferers. How to deal with negative sciatica sufferers. I'm going to be right back after the intro song.
So, here's the important question. How can back pain sufferers like us, who don't want to use prescription drugs or go through surgery, heal our back pain? How do we live our daily lives in a way that allows us to go to work, take care of our families, enjoy life, and still manage our back pain? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Robin Wakeham, and welcome to Back Pain Secrets.
Okay guys, I'm back, and today's topic is how to deal with negative sciatica sufferers. And this is also a way to deal with anyone that's negative, don't need to be a sciatica sufferer, but this is some good tips and tricks, and we all struggle with this, through our lives, myself included, so I'm not pointing any fingers here, guys. I'm just trying to help you out to become less negative if you're in a rut right now, okay? As always, I have a patient story. We can call him Tom, okay? Tom is 44 years old. He's married. He has 2 kids. He's currently at an office job that he's not really too thrilled about. Growing up, he was into sports, all kinds of sports, but then as he started to get in with the family life, he got kids, the work life, and all of this, so he's too busy now for like any exercise, or he hits the gym once in a while with a buddy, but that's about it. He's been suffering from back pain about 5 years now, okay? And the last 3 years, his sciatica pain in his right leg has intensified quite a bit, And when you're talking about negative people in today's society, most of these people you listen to, you say more or less just eliminate those negative people, just hang around with the positive people. That's the easy way to go, right? And sometimes that's definitely something you can do, but most often, the negative person that's around you could be like a spouse or a brother or a sister, maybe someone you work with or a relative or something like that. So it's important, to try to get through this, so they don't pull you down. Anyway, so back to Tom. So Tom was very, very negative, right? He was negative around the people he was around. He always was like making comments of how stupid people are, what kind of idiots they are, and the politicians, he was into that, relatives, more or less he always had a bad day, one of those guys, always had a bad day. And it was getting worse and worse with the years now, and his wife had commented to Tom a few times, you're so negative and so angry all the time, so the kids are like, they're afraid to speak their mind at home. And also a few of his friends had also talked to his wife about it, that asked if there was something going on in his life, And internally, Tom was very, very aware of that. He was negative, but he just didn't really know how to deal with it, He couldn't break free from all the negativity. And he was telling himself, he was talking to himself and said, I'm in so much pain all the time, so I'm sleeping just a few hours a night. That's why I'm negative, And it's so hard also, like the finances, he had a lot of financial pressure at home. His wife was working part-time, and he had to be the person that every day had to go to work. He couldn't slack off because the family needed the money, And he was afraid of the future. He worried about the future, about his negativity, but also like all the stuff that was going on, and the mental rut he was in, and it's been going on now, not just for 1 or 2 years. It's been going on 3 years, He wasn't like the happiest guy before, but definitely not so negative as he was now. And so he visited me one time, and he was didn't really like the treatment, and he had all kinds of opinions on what I should do and stuff, And I more or less just listened to him because I could see that he was in pain, and the back pain, he could have like a herniated disc or some like problem, and he needed to exercise. But a big part of it was that he was so negative, so goddamn negative, So he came to me once or twice, and then I didn't see him for 6 or 7 months, But then he came, and he was in much more pain this time around, He had all kinds of lower back pain, and the sciatica down his right leg was just killing him, He was on the painkillers. It was increasing the dose. And I was asking him, what happened? Why are you in more pain? And he was telling me, a few months back at the office, they had this open landscape remodeling, right? So he wasn't standing up, walking that much. So he's on his chair basically 6 or 7 hours a day, and he living the box life. You know, he woke up, he drove to the office in a box car, you know, and he was living in his little cubicle there where he was sitting, and then he like drove home in a box and just got home and sat in front of the TV in a box life. So he was just sitting all the time, not exercising, you know. And as I said, the sciatica was worse. He was sleeping even worse, you know, and the painkillers didn't really do anything for him anymore. He had actually gotten some prescription drugs now, stronger stuff, and that was also irritating his stomach, and he felt like he couldn't really think, you know. He wasn't going to the gym, he wasn't walking, and he wasn't doing any exercise whatsoever, you know. And he'd been gaining quite a bit of weight from the last time I saw him, you know. So we had the big chat like we always do, you know, and I've told him, you know, what to do, to walk every morning, 30 minutes first thing in the morning, you know, and he actually agreed to do that because he told me that actually his work was about 40 minutes or 50 minutes, so he could like take the bus or something or a bike for a bit and then walk, you know. And the biking is good, but the walking never beats, you know. So we talked about that. I also got him to get his employer to get like a standing desk. So he was going to stand like a half an hour in the morning, half an hour after lunch, and a half an hour in the afternoon. Those was the two main things to do. But the other thing, you know, we talked about negativity. And as I told Tom, you know, everyone goes through ruts in life. You know, I've been periods in my life when I've been negative as well. And there is some strategies out there that can really help you. And like I said, if you're in pain, okay, I don't want any hate mail from this. You know, if you're in sciatica pain or back pain or any other kinds of pain, you're sleeping badly, you're in pain, it's very easy to get negative. But it's also very important for you to get out of the negativity in order for you to heal and reduce the pain you're in, okay? So first off, when you meet a negative person, okay, so this is a little checklist that you can go through. If you meet a negative person, whoever it is, you know, use that negative energy that they're like just shooting out at you, okay? And try to reverse it. Actually, you can use it to build your own character, okay? To see how strong you are, to see if you can not only protect yourself so you don't become negative, but also make them a bit more positive, okay? But it's really important that you take charge of that and try to use their negative energy so you can actually see if you as a person are in charge of your own emotions, okay? Because a lot of people are very, very conscious about everyone else, you know. They're more like you go into a room and there's negativity and you just get sucked into it, you know. But are you able to withstand that and even bring something positive into the situation, okay? It's very, very important to protect yourself, be able to see and feel the negative atmosphere and the people around you, and just make sure that you don't get sucked down in that black hole, okay? Number two, guys, you need to show some freaking empathy, okay? Empathy for them, okay? It's hard. It's really, really hard, you know? So you don't really know what has happened to them, okay? Could be like someone you meet at work and they're in a really negative, bad mood, you know? Something could have happened to them during the night, you know? The kids maybe were up all night, they didn't sleep, you know? They might have been in a car accident when they came to work. A relative had died or something like that the day before. So you have to show empathy, you know. You don't really know what has been going on in their life, okay? It's very, very hard to, it's sometimes it's very easy to like draw conclusions to why people are in a certain way, but you don't know the whole story. No one really knows the other person's whole story, okay? And it's nuts. This is a story I heard from someone way back there, and this was a priest actually that was on the bus in New York City, okay? And he was on the bus, he was sitting there, and everyone was just sitting doing their own thing, and then this man walked into the bus with two kids, and the kids was just tearing up the bus. They were running around screaming and just being a real nuisance, you know. So the priest, like, and everyone was like looking at this father, you know, and say, why can't you really control your kids here, you know, and looking and giving him the evil eye, you know. And then after a few minutes, the priest actually said to this person, the father, you know, hey, I would appreciate, I think everyone else in the bus would appreciate if you could just calm your kids down a bit, you know. And then the father just looked up at him and told him, you know, well, you're probably right, you know, I should do that. You know, we just came from the hospital, and I just myself and my kids just had to say goodbye to my wife and their mother. You know, she passed away, and I don't really know how to deal with myself or my kids. Don't really know how to deal with it, you know. And from that moment, like, it just switched, right? The priest that was sitting there, a bit irritated like everyone else, you know, but he got to know the story behind it, you know, and it's understandable. Okay, so before you go in and judge people and just get in their face and get all negative and irritate yourself, you know, show some empathy. You know, no one really knows what anyone is dealing with anymore, you know, so it's good. Number 3, guys, shift people, shift negative people. And I'm not going in here and saying that if you meet a negative person that you should say, hey, just be more positive, you know, because that's actually going to make them even more negative. Okay, you got to do it tactfully. Okay, so first off, listen a bit to them, you know, then you might be able to introduce some humor. Okay, tell them something that you're grateful for, you know, could be the weather, could be like the job, could be like they found the cure for the coronavirus, it could be whatever it is, you know, introduce something that you're grateful for. Okay, and also it's a good thing you can make fun of yourself. Okay, crack a few jokes about yourself. That always lighten the mood. Okay, and this is a process, and it's a people skill really and it's a people skill, and it's a skill that you can see in leaders, you know, where you can, when you go into a room or you meet people and they have a certain energy, and it could be negative energy, and you can turn that around, okay, to make them feel better about themselves, and make them feel more positive, more joy, more hopeful. And it's powerful. It is powerful. And you know, when you meet these people, you can instantly feel that they have power over you, because they can, through your energy, they can rearrange it and rechannel it to become, so they change your mood. Okay, so that's something you can do. Okay, try to shift negative people around. Okay, and also number four, show no fear. Okay, show no fear. If you're around someone, you know, and it's like month after month, it's just negative all the time, you know, and you don't really know, you're trying all this stuff, you're trying to use their energy, trying to show empathy, and you're trying to shift these people around, but they're constantly negative. Okay, what you could do is you just have an honest chat with them. You just say, you know, I know there's a lot of shit going on right now, you know, and I'm myself is struggling with being negative and tired all the time, and just seeing the all the black in the world all the time. Okay, or all the negative stuff, you know. Would you be able to, like, the two of us, just make like a pact when we meet, that we can be more positive and try to have a more positive energy and atmosphere around each other, you know? Could be for the kids, could be for the family, could be at the workspace, you know, whatever. Just so we need that, you know, so we can do a little bit and try to lift us together. Okay, so don't like blame them. Okay, never blame anyone. Try to get them on board so you guys can do this together. Okay, guys, so this was a few tips today about how to deal with negative people, and if you're a negative back pain sufferer, maybe you're living with someone with back pain that is very negative. Okay, and they're using their pain and pain and lack of sleep to, like, a free card to be negative. Okay, maybe you should send them this episode. Okay, guys, so I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, it's Monday, and I'm all fired up for the weekend. And guys, remember, you're just one step away from healing your back pain. Bye-bye.
Want more back pain secrets? Then go ahead and get your free copy of my best-selling book, Back Pain Secrets, at backpainsecrets.com. Inside this book, you will find my top secrets to healing your back pain without prescription drugs or surgery that have helped thousands of other people just like you.